Welcome back to the channel. I'm Rochelle and this is Brampton Gardener, and today is going to be my first garden tour of 2022. It is January and there is not a lot to see, but there are a few things that I am pretty surprised to see that they are actually still alive. So today is a balmy 37 degrees. It's actually snowing a little bit right now and it's very windy. But I was just out here filming my soil block video, and tomorrow we have a high of 18, and I believe we're going down to like -4 or 6 overnight Fahrenheit on Monday night. So it's going to get very, very cold. So, and I think snow, but our snow has melted right now, so I thought I can give you a little tour of what's going on in the garden right now. So windy out here. The microphone just could not keep up. So here you can see there is not much growing. I have a little bit of kale that has survived from last year in one of the buckets, and then over in these buckets here, if you recall, I planted the radishes. They're not looking so hot. Nothing in there bulbed up on me, and that soil is frozen solid, so it's kind of surprising that there's any green on it. The mustard is still looking pretty good. I haven't seen a lot of growth on it recently, but it's still going. And then I have the green onions, still a few of them on there. And then over to the Mitsuba. So this stuff is still going strong. You can see there's plenty of new growth on it. It's not getting very big, so once we start to warm up, I'd like to really see a nice growth on that. And then this is the kohlrabi. So after I harvested it, I left it in there because I had started a few new seeds of other things around it and I didn't want to disturb them. So I just had kind of cut and left the sticks, and it started growing more. So I'm really excited to see if maybe it's going to bulb up or not. I have no idea. Red cabbage, not doing much. It's just sitting there. Oh gosh. Yeah, that soil is pretty frozen solid. But I'm surprised, you know, the irises and the Sweet William keeps its greenery throughout the winter, and my snapdragons, they're still pretty green. I thought they'd be a lot deader by now due to how cold, you know, we've had little bits of cold nights like this weekend. Of course, this is after this was filmed, but we've been down to -8 Fahrenheit overnight, and we've had really quite a cold snap. But you can see there I'm pointing out that the alyssum is still doing just fine, and it's still pretty green. So hopefully if it'll reseed itself, and if not, maybe some of those will come back. So here in this container we have our first casualty to the frost. You can see that this Tom Thumb, those leaves really are not doing well, but there were some new little tiny baby leaves in the middle that seem to be doing okay. So hopefully the roots are all right, and once we start warming up and come out of this cold snap that we're in, maybe they'll take off and start doing a little bit better. The arugula is going strong, and I have one collard in the back there that keep going. I was going to pull the petunias out, but they were frozen, so they're going to stay in there for a little bit longer. But the petunias finally did bite the dust. They were in there for a fairly long time, though. I was surprised they lasted through a few freezes and some snow. But so that's what's going on with my greens. They're not doing so great, but I'll be eating those hopefully in the spring. And here's the oregano still alive in that container. And then up here on the deck, my rosemary is still looking just fine. She doesn't seem to mind the weather at all. The chives are, you know, they're done for the season, but they come back every year, so I'm not worried about that. There's a few little green ones in here. And then this twirly thing, I don't even know what it's called. I bought it for a centerpiece in my urn in the front, and I was going to toss it, and my neighbor says, you know what, I think I've seen those survive the winter. And I was like, what? So I just left it in here, and I see tons of little sprouts. It's just frozen. Do you see those? Do you see those little sprouts? Oh my gosh, I wonder what those are. This container had impatiens and pansies at one time, so those could be the pansies sprouting. That would be so cool. Oh my goodness. I'm tempted to bring them in to overwinter them, but that's frozen solid. So you know what, if they're doing their thing now, they're doing their thing. So we'll see if those reseed. That would be amazing. So this is Brampton Gardener signing out, going inside to get a nice cup of hot coffee and check on my seedlings, check on my baggies that I started the other day. See you later. Bye.